For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Come on! Wait up!
Is everyone ready to play?
I think the people involved, you get to meet a lot of people in football, and that's just one of the great things. Not only is the sport great, but the people involved. So fellow referees, players, coaches, even fans. I love officiating because it keeps me involved in football. I was a player, but I don't reckon I could cut it out there anymore, at least at any decent level. But as a referee, I get to be involved in higher levels of football. Keeps me involved, keeps me fit, and is great fun. I think I have that A moment of this is why I do this every week. It's always good fun to get out there, and there are tough moments, but being resilient and succeeding, even just in the little things throughout a match. I think embracing challenges is such an important skill to learn, and as a referee you surely come across a lot of them, and I certainly have. I reckon give it a go. You will face challenges, but that's a part of it, and I think embracing challenges is such an important skill to learn.
At Service FM, we know every workplace is different. Every challenge is unique. That's why we personalise our services to our customers' different needs across different industries. From medical to mining and manufacturing, hospitality to healthcare, commercial to defence. So when you need to create a better work environment, you need Service FM. Proud partner with Football South Australia.
Adelaide wakes up with 5AA, David Penberthy and Will Goodings, Tom Wren for sport, Jade Robran on the scene as it happens, Jess Adamson with the news that matters to Adelaide, Breakfast with David and Will, bringing together the names you trust with everything you need to know to start your day. Always live, always local, and only on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Hello, good afternoon, welcome to Ramsay Park for round 13 in the men's RAA NPL South Australia. Playford City versus Adelaide Comets for your Saturday afternoon. I'm Seb O'Neill. Pleasure to be alongside you for the next 90 minutes of football here at Ramsay Park as we have a look at that table. Of course, the two matches played last night. Adelaide City defeating Sturt Lions 4-1 and Burkalla defeating Croydon 1-0. Gives them a bit more of a gap as well. West Torrens Burkalla 4 points now at the top. Playford City now trying to bridge a 4-point gap with a 3-point gap, with Adelaide City in third. We'll have a look at the Playford City starting lineup. One important one, Sean Harvey in match 350 this afternoon starts once again in his third start for the season. Still no Tyson Harriman at the back, and it does seem there might be a change of system, possibly a 3 at the back. Is returning through. Xavier Pratt also joining the starting lineup with Cameron Harris, another that goes into the dugout for the home side this afternoon. For Adelaide Comets, of course, they suffered a 4-1 loss against West Torrens Burkalla last week. Harry Thomas, the sole goal scorer, got them up 1-0 against the current league leaders, but it was not enough to keep an unbeaten streak alive of 3. Come into this match in 11th place, 7 points clear of Para Hills at the bottom with 1 point, and 5 points behind West Adelaide in 10th. So they too looking to try and bridge a gap in that possible relegation battle for 11th place are Adelaide Comets. Of course, Aladni Rabona, someone they will look to 3 goals and 5 assists for the captain, was their equal top goal scorer last season. Was their second top goal scorer last season behind Jaden Labasso with 11. Comets just currently late to join the tunnel. Our referee for this afternoon in the middle, Regis Queffelek, with assistant referees Mark Padros and Thomas Gilchrist. Referee Regis Queffelek did blow his whistle to hurry the Adelaide Comets, but still not too quick to be ready as they do come out now. Playford City in poor form at the moment, haven't won since that massive 8-1 victory against Para Hills Knights. A draw against Burkalla, a 0-0 against Adelaide City, a 4-1 loss here to West Adelaide, and another 0-0 last week against Adelaide United. It's their longest not winning streak since they've actually been in the NPL since last year. Hoping to break that this afternoon. Adelaide Comets starting to find their way, of course. New coach Isaac Sese now confirmed to be in charge after that loss against Beergrad in round out. They had that 2-1 win against Sturt, the 0-0 against Metro, which they, in all honesty, maybe could have even gotten on top there. And then a big 4-0 win against the bottom of the table Para Hills Knights to give them a gap from them last week. Just a hiccup against a strong West Torrens Burkalla side. Of course, as I said, had that win last night as well against Croydon. Adni Rabona and Christos Penendes with the armbands. Yanni Delangis, I'm sure as well, enjoying being able to start for the first team once again. There was a 4-week period where Gianni Tremontin was in between the sticks for the first team. But now the former Para Hills Knights goalkeeper looks to continue his stay as the number 1, wearing the number 99 for Comets. Luke Osby, the Playford City veteran goalkeeper, someone they needed last week against Adelaide United. Those 2 0-0s against both Adelaide City and United. Perhaps Playford lucky to come out with a point in both of those occasions. Luke Osby a key factor in both, but more so perhaps in the Adelaide United game last week, having to make plenty of stops. Just to go around the grounds for the rest of the afternoon to give you the full backstory of this round. Campbelltown and Para Hills about to get underway at Steve Woodcock Sports Centre at the same time as this match. And FK Beergrad versus Metro Stars, that one being played at One Solution Park at 5 p.m. this afternoon. And then tomorrow night, West Adelaide versus Adelaide United at Kilburn Sportsplex to round out the second week, I should say, of these reverse fixtures as we've gone past the halfway mark of the 2026 season, the men's RAA NPL. Look to be right ready to get started. It will be Adelaide Comets with the kickoff. And a strong Playford crowd as always here up in the north. Campbelltown and Para Hills underway. Will be Nicholas Economopoulos to get us started. Regis Quefflet gets us underway. And Comets already looking forward off the first ball. Spadavecchia unable to get it while it's loose. Now Harry Thomas. Economopoulos. Just seeing if he can test Luke Ospai early on. Only about 18 seconds in that strike. Menendez doesn't win that aerial duel, a stat in which he leads the league in on average by almost double with competing in those aerial battles. Woolard now with the milestone man in Sean Harvey, the former Campbelltown City defender, celebrating match 350 this afternoon. That one will go out for a throw-in. He will take. Or prove me wrong. In fact, it will be Patrick McGregor instead. Has the 5 goals to his name this season, after joining from Modbury Jets last year for that of Adelaide United youth team. Mullen finds Babasaki to his right, and the Japanese forward wriggles his way through. Mullen tries to cut it back, but instead only wins the throw. McGregor again to take the throw. Xavier Pratt. Now Harvey. Pratt takes a slight tumble and Comets win back possession. It does seem like Playford are opting for the 3 at the back once again. We saw it last week against Adelaide United. And I'm not too sure what exactly does warrant the change. Perhaps if it is the absence of no Tyson Harriman at centre-back, forcing Ben Moore's hand. I'm not too sure. I am just speculating, but certainly a change of approach, at least as to what we've seen over this season so far from Playford. Harvey, Woolard and Ethan Allgate as those 3 defenders. Allgate perhaps the odd one out, being more so of a left back, or a full back I should say. The 2 number 8s contesting that ball, both Spadavecchia and Bailey Truscott. Trying to go quickly, but it is hounded out. Harvey goes over the top, but doesn't find another teammate in white. Truscott with the header up. Dan Ryan tries to get there first against Anthony Mavrolambardos, and now Gonwa-Keswa is through. Tries to take a touch, and then another. Cuts it back for Irabona. He's on the edge of the box. Aladdin Irabona! And 3.5 minutes in, just about. Their leading marksman for this season, once again, gets on the score sheet. Their captain, Aladdin Irabona. And a glorious start for Adelaide Comets away from home. An early goal from the visiting side. Not even their earliest of the season. Of course, Jake Porter scored in the 2nd minute against Parry Hills Knights 2 weeks ago. But a great start from a side currently in the relegation zone. And Playford, a few weeks ago, perhaps you had them in the race for the title. Now really, at least in these past few weeks, not seemingly getting things right as we get back underway and Truscott goes long with the ball. They had a great start to the season, Playford. Did seem like it was going to be them and Burkalla contesting and battling for that first place spot. But these past now 5 weeks, if we're including this afternoon, have not been ideal. Even that draw in which they had against Burkalla, it was 2 late goals, first for Mullen, and then Burkalla through a penalty. Here come Comets again. Just assessing the options, Gomwakezwa. Referee says play on. Got stuck on the ball there, and Mullen happy to give a few words. And Regis Queflek just summoning for a talking to. It's Minsun Park. Perhaps just antagonising a little bit there. Playford will have the free kick. Spadavecchia. From the back, a foul. And now the bench now getting a talking to very early on. Almost can't blame them for enjoying themselves at the moment, Adelaide Comets. A horrid start to the season. These past few weeks really have been the turning point. Just enjoying themselves a bit too much so far. Hardly even been in the Comets defensive half in this first 8 minutes or so. It really has been Comets with the ball almost the whole match so far. Thomas. Economopoulos, that one has to go over. And it's touched down by Truscott. Ryan tries to find the flick on with the header and then tries to put it through for Babasaki. Just past that post of Yanni Delengis. And a first shot for Playford. Will be Yanni Delengis to take the goal kick. Has the 2 clean sheets so far this season, had 4 with Para Hills last year. Thomas, now Spadavecchia. Economopoulos, back by Mavrolan Bardos, and now worked out wide by Luich towards Minsun Park. Irabona down the right, has Gomwakezwa in the middle. Tries to look for him, but deflects off, I think, 2 Playford heads, and they're able to win back the ball. Nagasaki really doing the work to keep that not only in play, but in Playford feet. Xavier Pratt only had to come off the bench last week against Adelaide United, didn't start the Kiwi. Had started every other match in the league before last week, did Pratt. Irabona again. Which clearing forward, almost turning into a pass towards Gomakezwa. Albeit a high one. Hayes. And we'll receive it back here. Player who's come through Adelaide Comets, Cameron Hayes. That's a good challenge from Mullen, which puts him through. He's got Babasaki on his left and does find him. Babasaki makes his way into the area, finds the angle, but I think might have just slipped as he took the shot. Hasn't been too wet of a day. There are a few darker clouds up here in the north of Adelaide, but this last time I checked, I don't believe there's meant to be any rain coming soon. (16 degrees is the temperature at the moment. It is good football weather. Thrown down the wing by McGregor, headed right back out by Hayes. Campbelltown and Para Hills Knights 0-0. That one 12 minutes in. Between 8th place and 12th place as they try and attack here. Dan Ryan on the edge of the box. Gone with Kezwa, the sole man up front, trying to keep it, and almost doing so. Truscott tries to find Babasaki. Galangas quick off his line to capture. Rabona. His pass goes in field, but I don't think anybody else was able to spot that one and be there for his pass. It's another giveaway. Cameron Hayes. Kezwa goes through both Truscott and Harvey. Luich tries to turn. Perhaps not as clean as he would have liked, but still made his way out of it. Gomakezwa let it go through his legs and couldn't do the turn, but Woolard happy to try. Galangas gets it back at his feet. Over Lambardos. Over 150 matches for his club since making his debut for Comets back in 2016. Allgate able to cut that one out. State League 1 action also going on this weekend. No State League 2. Salisbury United against Adelaide Croatia Raiders. 1-0 Salisbury in their bid to try and escape the bottom two. Blue Eagles and Olympic at 0-0. Atletico and Cumberland at 0-0. And South Athletic and Cobras also 0-0. Cobras and Cumberland, of course, doing battle in that Australia Cup qualifying final this Wednesday night at Service FM Stadium. It will be a second division club in the national rounds of the Australia Cup proper. So do make sure to get to Service FM Stadium and watch that one. Able to get your tickets at footballsa.com.au/tickets. One certainly not to be missed, and of course the week after it's FK Beergrad versus West Torrens Bacala in an all NPL matchup for that second and final spot into the national rounds of the Cup. Harvey Hear the drums from the Adelaide Comets fan that have come up this afternoon. Always adds to atmosphere. It surely helps that their side is 1-0 up. Allgate trying to find the ball in the box. Still just trying to find any sort of touch. I think that came off a Playford player last for a goal kick. Approaching the end of the first 15 minutes, in which statistically Adelaide Comets have done their best work, and that's continued this afternoon. It's the period in which they have scored the most goals so far this season. They now make it 5 in the first 15. But on the other side, Playford do love the late game in the last 50 minutes, and Comets hate the late game. Playford have scored 8 goals in the last 15 minutes, and Comets have conceded 8 in the last 15 minutes. For Playford as well, the first 15 and the last 15 is also where they've conceded their most goals, but that's 4 in each of those. Less so than the Adelaide Comets. So statistically, at least so far, this match is going to plan. I'm sure Playford will like to have something to say about that. Truscott. Just go over the top for Babasaki. Tries to turn Damian Luic. Claims of a foul, and they are given. Delangus once again on the goal kick, on the free kick, sorry. Tata has spent time playing in Cyprus for near Petru and Alki Oraclini, as well with Adelaide City and Western Strikers here in South Australia. 27 years of age now. He's been with Para Hills for the past few seasons whilst they've been in NPL before making the move to Comets for this season. Thomas just falling over the ball there and giving a goal kick for Luke Ospite. Thomas. Was fouled and wins a free kick well. There's away, and Ryan able to flick it on. Starting to start matches once again, Dan Ryan. His first was last week of the season, now it's his second this week. Been at the club since 2020. Had 8 goals last year with 3 assists. Has 2 to his name this campaign, including his delightful chip against Adelaide Comets back in round 7 to win 3 points then at LJ Hookham Island Sports Park. Pratt. Harvey goes down the centre, but the pass isn't right. He wins the ongoing header. Fernandez gets the flick up, not enough to keep it. Turning is Economopoulos against Mullen, and Mullen doing a bit too much in the eyes of the referee. Adelaide Atletico 1-0 up against Cumberland United in the very tight State League One. 7th to 1st. Currently separated by 3 points. Well, I should say 6 now. Atletico are now 3 points clear at the top of the table. And the bottom 4 only separated as of right now as well by 3 points. There's really no knowing, even at just past the halfway stage, of who's going to finish where in the second division here in South Australia. Certainly one to keep an eye on, as well as the men's NPL and the WNPL, of course, having a week off with the Cup semi-finals being played up at Mount Barker this afternoon. West Adelaide defeating Mulberry Vista 9-1 in the first semi-final at 12 p.m. up in the hills. And last time I heard, it was West Torrens Bocalla 1-0 up against Adelaide Comets in the second semi-final. West Adelaide, of course, now already securing their place in the big dance. Corner for Comets. So, very poor corner. Everyone that was in the box was in the 6-yard box for Adelaide Comets, and nowhere near any of them. It's looped over. Away by Matt Chandler. Menendez. Now Pratt. Couldn't reach Dan Ryan. Over Lambardos forced back, and then the attempted clearance by Min Sun Park goes out for a throw. Playford come forward, meaning something meaningful in this first half already. Menendez unable to rise highest for that header. Clearance only as far as Truscott. And Rabona rising to win that header. Cross does come in. Chandler winning the header. Tall timber himself at about 6'6". The Canadian. McGregor stuck at the corner flag and just falters at the last step to give away a throw. McGregor gets it down, but Gonwa-Kezwa wins it off of him. Goes wide to the Konoopoulos. Spadavecchia. Ball a bit too in front of him. Martin Irabona. First goal coming about 3 minutes in for the Comets captain to give them a current 1-0 lead at the halfway point of the first half, quarter of the way through the match. Here comes the free kick. It's high. Ospai only punching away. Irabona unable to get there first. It's a scramble in the box. Comets looking for a second, and they do! They get a second to Adelaide Comets. There was a scramble in the box. And on 26 minutes, Playford find themselves 2 goals down, and Comets slowly putting themselves out of that bottom 2. It was messy, but Spadavecchia getting the right touch and the right finish. Scored his first senior goal against Sturt a few weeks ago. Now his second. Player who joined the club at 11 years old back in 2017. Not too sure of what the delay was for, but we get back underway. Spadavecchia trying to get there first. Needing a big comeback now, Playford. Comets needing to hold this lead. Match has been all in their hands so far, really. Pratt, Babasaki doesn't win it. Mullen trying to get the second ball. Good touch by on the bench there. Quick to blow the whistle there, and it will be a free kick. Set piece for Playford now. Swings in. Headers away and then towards goal in the end. Cleared. Throw-in is gotten away by Comets. Playford can try and restart an attack. Willard. Harvey. Infield to Isaac Mullen. The touch was poor initially by Pratt, but managed to get it out wide to McGregor. His cross does come in. Away by Chandler. Allgate with the header into the centre. Flicked up, and then again, and then for a third time. Pratt is fouled. And Playford's another set piece to produce. Willard or Ryan, the two contenders over it. Will be Ryan to go direct on goal. It's not bad, and it's off the bar. Not unfamiliar with his technique from the dead ball. That one, another close one from Dan Ryan. Mquezzo wins the header. Thomas with it down. Harvey over the top by Truscott, but no one there for Playford. Thomas gets it down with pressure by McGregor. And Harvey let that one roll out for the throw. Three points in their last 5 games at the moment, including this afternoon. Those 3 points all coming from draws. 2 of those 0-0. Pratt over the top for Babasaki. But a big height difference there between Chandler and Babasaki as they're both marauded towards that ball. Babasaki will take the throw. Looks to be a long one. Doesn't find a Playford head on the first time of asking. Did so on the second. Goes back out wide to Kim. McGregor with the cross in. Bonner on the edge of the box. Maybe able to try and clear it away. No. Woolard. To Daisical on that occasion. The cross comes into the edge of the box. It's a good cross, but no one was there. It was a free ball for any Comets man to get on the end of, but none were ready. Truscott again. Player who joined from the Sunday Amateur Division with Elizabeth Downs. Allgate. Now Penendez. Penendez still trying to make his way through. Now Mullen on the edge of the box. Goes high over. And Playford's just now, with about 50 minutes left in the half, starting to threaten a bit more. Salisbury United now 2-0 up against Adelaide Croatia Raiders. A huge possible 3 points in which Salisbury are on the brink of. McGregor. Both pulling each other there, I think. And just having the condition of McGregor checked on, as he did only just fall into the fence. The free kick, actually. Pratt. Harvey. Then Woolard. Harvey again. Touched in by McGregor, but not towards Pratt enough. Now the Kiwi on the ball. Gets it through, tries to find the 1-2. McGregor with the ball back in. Babasaki way wide with that shot. Hasn't scored since that cup game against Sturt Lions. Shot to Babasaki. Started the season on fire as an unknown for all but the people in the know at Playford. Only 23 years of age, still young as well. Hayes. Keswa wins the header on the second time, but commits a foul in the process. Playford want to get play quickly. Ten minutes left until half-time. Playford just starting to get some balls into the box and get forward. Oh, that's a mistake there. And miscommunication at the back between Cameron Hayes and Yanni Delenges. Poor pass. Truscott. Comets win back the ball and make their way upfield. Thomas. Want to put the attack in his own hands there. Kotomopoulos, sorry. Ethan Allgate has started all of Playford's league matches this season. Ethan Allgate, former Para Hills United and Aubrey Jets and Vista player. Hasn't scored a senior league goal since they were in State League 1, and it was a brace too against Cumberland United in a 4-1 win. Starting to find their footing, Playford. Comets with a few mistakes in the past few minutes. Cleared away. Keswa trying to get on the end of it, has the pace. Could get the first touch though. Mullen, that's a nice touch pass. Puts it down the wing for McGregor, and that's a high one there. And he has gone down. Cameron Hayes was trying to get high to reach for the ball with his feet, but I think might have possibly just caught McGregor on the way through. It is an interesting one. Patrick McGregor just having attention brought to him. And I'm not sure how much contact Cameron Hayes achieved on McGregor, but referee, I think it's a free kick. Not too sure at the moment. Be a throw. No, a drop ball. Moment of contention perhaps for this last 5 minutes of the first half. Thomas flicks on the header. Avralan Bardos finds it loose. Irabona gets it from the pass. McGregor makes his way back onto the pitch for Playford. That's a nice one over the top for Irabona. Gets the touchdown well, tries to put it through the legs of Woolard. Cleared away, will be a throw. (2-0) Adelaide Comets. Aladdin Irabona and Phil Spadavecchia, the 2-goal scorers. Babasaki. Luich gets there first, couldn't keep it in though. Looking for one before half-time, Playford. Poor start to the half, but they have grown into it over the course of the opening 40 or so minutes. Commentator's curse right there, having a loose ball. And swept up by Woolard back to Ospai. The aerial battle for Christos Penendez to win, and Babasaki gets the first touch and then the second through. Babasaki still going with it. Mullen falls to him. Allgate. Truscott scored the 2 goals in the Sunday Amateur Division last year. Bailey Truscott for Elizabeth Downs. He's the 2015 Rising Star winner with Para Hills those years ago. 28 now. One over the top, Babasaki with the touch, but Chandler poking it away. Long throw again from Babasaki. That touch. Nothing too advantageous. Another long throw, only to Aladdin Irabona on the opposing side. About a minute and a half until the break. Of course, not including additional time at our referee Regis Queffelek's discretion. Allgate. That one very high in the air and out of play too. Truscott. Xavier Pratt. All just bouncing about with no real clear indication of who's in control. Playford at the moment seems to be. McGregor puts his cross in, falls to a few. I think it was Mullen with the final touch. Past the halfway line. Vincent Park clears into Mullen. Babasaki lost track of the ball for the second there as Chandler took a slip. Pratt goes low. Not enough power to it. Really, Yanni Delangus not been too threatened as we see the stats as we approach the break. 8 shots, 3, only 1 on target and 2 for Adelaide Comets. Comets only had the 4 shots, with 2 of those being on target last week against Burkalla. So they've certainly upped it in that statistic, and they've made them count more so here this afternoon. Still with the likes of Jake Porter, Jake Dorsey, Nathan Karkofiris, Cameron Carlton, Paniotis Politis to come on perhaps in the second half. Playford with Cameron Harris, Braden French also another. He returns through the bench after coming off against Adelaide City over half an hour in, back in round 10. Here's a touch in for Gomakezwa, but he was offside. Santiago Tabares as well, another who makes his way back into the squad through the bench. Jackson Kurtz and Anthony Pictionary, the other 2 possibly as replacements. Playford free kick. Just over 2 minutes into, or just about to be over 2 minutes into added time of the first half. 2-0 Adelaide Comets. Irabona and Spadavecchia, the 2 goal scorers for the away side, but Playford looking to add to that tally of their own. Allgate. Irabona. Truscott. Harvey. Mullen. Can they do one before? Referee calls the break. McGregor couldn't get it past and wins a corner. The last opportunity of the half, perhaps. Falling the way of the home side. Half-time between Campbelltown and Para Hills. That one at 0-0 after the first 45. 2-0 here to Adelaide Comets. Playford looking to make it 2-1, perhaps. Corner is low as referee puts the whistle to his mouth and calls for the break. Adelaide Comets with a good lead. A few threatening moments late on in the first half, but we're able to contend with them. And they do leave themselves currently with 3 points and looking to keep that going for the second half. Don't go anywhere. A big second 45 to come. It's halftime here at Ramsey Park. Score is Playford City 0, Adelaide Comets 2.
Yo guys, you seen this? It's coming.
What do you want about?
Bro, it's actually coming.
No way.
FSA World Champs.
You guys have been asking, we listened. The FSA World Champs is coming. This school holidays, we're bringing the world stage to Adelaide. Here's the breakdown. From 11s to 17s and everyone in between. 10 players, 1 squad. Lock them in before someone else does. Sign up, get your country, and represent your nation. Nominations are open now, but don't sleep on it. Spots are limited.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
I just want to make an impact.
Hop in.
Where are we going?
There are so many career paths with SAPOL, from operations to CSI. You could walk the beat or work somewhere a little quieter. If you want to make a difference, there's a career at SAPOL for you.
Hey, it's going to be all right.
Call up the search.
Find where you belong in blue. Search SAPOL Careers.
At Service FM, we know every workplace is different. Every challenge is unique. That's why we personalise our services to our customers' different needs across different industries. From medical to mining and manufacturing, hospitality to healthcare, commercial to defence. So when you need to create a better work environment, you need Service FM. Proud partner with Football South Australia.
Stayed on side, looking to put it across, deflected, and it's still alive. Turns Vidmar, and Dorigo now tries to shoot. Still going. Welsh puts the ball in, and there's the goal. Who else but George Blackwood? We can't get this goal scorer wrong. He's done it 10 times.
I think the thing that most people don't realise about being a referee is how much we train. We often train twice a week as a group. Then we have coaching sessions where we go through videos and look back at past few weeks. And then any of the outside of training stuff that we do, like our gym work and watching matches back and all that. All the extra time outside of match days are the big things for us. What makes it more than just blowing a whistle is understanding football and all the different layers of football, and then adding on top of that we then have to be impartial and understand the emotion of football and then find that balance between understanding the emotion and then understanding the laws. I've had a few grand finals that I've been lucky to be a part of, and in those kind of games with the crowds and the energy, I can just tell that the football match that's going on is so entertaining and that I'm lucky to have one of the best seats in the house for it.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Adelaide wakes up with 5AA, David Penberthy and Will Goodings. Tom Wren for sport. Jade Robran on the scene as it happens. Jess Adamson with the news that matters to Adelaide. Breakfast with David and Will, bringing together the names you trust with everything you need to know to start your day. Always live, always local and only on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
So the Youth Club Championship, we've designed a structure where the under 13s, under 14s, under 15s and 16s all compete together as one club. They'll play at the same venue, they'll play one after each other. It allows the technical director to be at the venue to help educate and look after the coaches, and also there's a focus on player development.
Players are now knowing where they are at and the pathway to follow each year. If they continue with the YCC, they should be in a position where they can go into senior football. It's a lot clearer around the steps they need to take to keep tracking as a player.
We've created an additional YCC training session or seminar night. All the players involved had the opportunity to do an extra additional skills session development plan, and we had Adrian Stanter coming in to talk about how to become a more professional player from a younger age.
The fact that as a club we are investing heavily in the juniors to ensure that we're putting those tools in place that the YCC is wanting from us, that's certainly bringing around some benefits to the club and to junior development across the board.
Everyone's trying to obtain points for their club, but also with a strong focus on how do we create a competition where players can play against like players.
The one thing I have noticed is it's been a bit more focused on getting the balance right. So, you know, trying to keep the best teams playing against each other throughout the entire year and not having this big disparity between one team or another, one club or another.
So what it has allowed us to do is have quality games every week, which has benefited the competition and given the girls a chance to sort of understand what it's like to play at that elite level. While development is a good focus, the YCC does bring out the aspect of results as well, which helps find that balance for players to transition to senior football.
So I think with the YCC structure now in place, there's become a better level. And with a better level, there's been higher intensity within our sessions, and that's allowed for greater development in terms of a player, technically, tactically, and that's given them the best chance to keep improving their game.
Yeah, look, I think there's certainly brought around a lot of excitement to the club on YCC Day. The club's buzzing. A lot of the parents and players really enjoy seeing the kids play, and what is really now an elite pathway in junior football in our state.
Something that resonated with me right on the onset was about connecting a budding footballer with the right coach with the right club, and the right club being part of the right football environment. So the YCC tells me that this has been a fantastic implementation by Football South Australia.
Welcome back for the second half here at Ramsey Park. Playford City 0, Adelaide Comets 2. I think both sides, I think Comets actually, they have made a change. Who it is, I'll figure that out over the next 5 minutes. But they're in a 2-goal lead. Playford started to threaten a bit towards the end of the first half, but unable to get anything out of it. I'm sure with kick-off now, they'll look to continue on that same vein in which they ended the half. Adelaide Comets through Irabona and Spadavecchia. Irabona early on in the 3rd minute. Pratt able to get in the way of that one and pick it out. Ball down the left towards Allgate. He headers the ball back into the centre. Bronner couldn't keep that one in. Dan Ryan's throw. Looks like Jake Porter has come on for Adelaide Comets for his 10th match of the season. Ryan finds it from Christos Penendes. Dan Ryan trying to touch his way past. Leaves it for Allgate. He puts the ball in and it goes out for a corner. They ended the first half with a corner, Playford. Pros and Campbelltown at 0-0. They're 5 minutes already into the second half up at Steve Woodcock Sports Centre. They're in the other concurrent match being played this Saturday afternoon. Corner goes short and then back. The cross in from Ryan at the back post, punched away by DeLangus. Truscott couldn't get the touchdown. Harvey having to come off the halfway line to get there first, but his ball forward blocked and will be a Playford throw, thankfully for them. Allgate. Infield to Penendes, and then the 1-2 back to Ethan Allgate. Harvey. Pratt moving his way upfield. Ball over the top and out wide right. Comes off the head of Porter. Having to already do some defensive duties. The forward. Find it forward here, Babasaki put through by Penendes. Truscott. That pass too short towards Allgate and Irabona over the top towards Gonwakezwa. Trying to return the favour in which happened in the previous meeting between these two sides. Gonwakezwa with a lovely outside of the boot assist towards Irabona for that only goal for Comets back in round 7. 2-1 win for Playford then. Crossfield switch as the floodlights come on. It's still fairly bright as that ball's whipped in. We're only just past 4 p.m. here. About 17 degrees. It's actually gotten a bit warmer since kick-off, according to the weather. Dan Ryan does get a touch on it, but it's not enough to prevent it from getting them in Sun Park. Luich. In Sun Park, putting it through for Gonwakezwa. Couldn't get past Willard. Saki slipping again. There have been a few this afternoon. Just sliding on the turf. There has been no rain during match play. It was a bit more earlier today. Ryan. They get it out wide, Playford. I think it's Jake Porter. Already being put to work early on in this half. The good and bad news for Comets and Playford is Comets have a much quieter second half in terms of goal scoring, but quite loud when it comes to conceding in the second half. They conceded 15 goals of their 24 so far this season in the second half, whereas Playford of their 28 have scored 19 in the second half. Playford, as I said earlier in the fixture, do tend to score their goals late within that last 15 minutes, and Comets tend to concede their most goals late in that last 15 minutes. So, again, if we're going off statistics, you would imagine this comes down to a late show possibly, but Playford, in their case, needing maybe one or two before that to put themselves in a good position to complete the job. But Comets in very good stead at the moment, albeit under pressure at this point in time. They had a good first half. Bonner and Gomwakezwa linking up very well. Chandler doing his job at the back finally. Let's come forward here. It's a good challenge in, and it's strong. Park, former Cumberland United and West Adelaide player, getting it to his captain in Bonner, and he wins a foul. Much to the disagreement of the home support. They play on Bonner's still down. Gets his way back to his feet. That one's over the top. Luic gets his head to it. Babasaki couldn't get to it. Bonner getting it from loose. Gomwakezwa, nice ball in field. Spadavecchia, a nice touch pass, and he manoeuvres forward on the edge of the box here. Osby gets there first. Throws it out to Ryan. Ryan again. Babasaki has Mullen in the centre, but it was Mavrolan Bardos charging in to try and win that ball. And they do have the likes of Santiago Tabares and Jackson Kurtz up front to possibly bring on in this second half for Playford. Comets have already played one card in Jake Porter. That ball's a little bit wide, but Dan Ryan trying to get there in front of Aladdin Irabona, but Irabona trying to keep it for his side, just plays it to Pratt. His ball comes in. It's not bad at the back post. Just that little bit too much over Christos Penendez to get a real proper connection to it for the Playford City captain. Some more updates from around the grounds. Campbelltown and Parra Hills still at 0-0 there. In the State League 1, plenty of updates there. Adelaide Olympic 1-0 against Blue Eagles. Atletico 2-0 against Cumberland. Salisbury with 3-1 currently over Adelaide Croatia Raiders, and South Adelaide currently behind 2-0 to Adelaide Ammonia Cobras. Of course, a part of that midweek cup semi-final / Australia Cup qualifying final against their league opponents in Cumberland. Make sure to get your tickets for that one at footballsa.com.au/tickets. Certainly one not to be missed out, a bit of history to be made. Of course, not only will we get a new winner of the Federation Cup, but of course a State League side once again making it through to the national round as that ball comes in. Ocala and FKB playing the week after as an all-NPL game with the way the draw fell. And Adelaide are currently top of that State League 1 tag with Adelaide Olympic behind them of 1 point. Odbury last night falling to defeat against Fulham. They're both on 23 points apiece. As it stands, here in this one, Adelaide Comets 9 points clear of Para Hills, of course, currently with that sole point as it sits 0-0 between them and Campbelltown. We'll pause that for the moment as Ladner Abono makes his way towards the byline. Cutback's high and goes over all their heads in the box. Just to finish on that, yeah, Comets 11 points now. 2 points behind West Adelaide, who play tomorrow against Adelaide United at Kilburn Sportsplex. Playford sitting in 4th, 3 points behind Adelaide City, they have which had a big win against Sturt Lions last night, 4-1. Mullen, his ball over the top, Babasaki, instead it's Luic there to just comfort it back towards Yanni Delengas, looking for a 3rd clean sheet of the season in his 7th match in the first team. Spadavecchia, the 2 number 8s in him and Truscott. Two players go down there. Incidental collision, I think. Salisbury 4-1 against Adelaide Croatia Red is a big upset brewing there at PSC Energy Park over in Burton. Babasaki, it's a solid touch. Pushes it out wide to Ryan, goes first time with the cross. It's very high. It might be towards him, and it's Menendez who gets the final touch for Playford and puts them back within a goal's reach. Comets have done well until now to hold out the home side, but the persistence of Playford has done its job and made it back 2-1 through their captain, Christos Menendez, getting his 4th of the season. And now back with a game on our hands. Finished 2-1 to Playford last time around. Earlier this season, the 2 fixtures last year, both ending the way of Adelaide Comets. 1-0, a Jaden Labasso goal in their first ever meeting in the NPL. And then the match in the final round of the season, both teams were out of contention for finals and relegation by that point. 4-3 then. Tabarez and Luic both getting sent off too. Tabarez yet to make his way onto the pitch. And Luic so far having done his job at the back. Strong one in there from Pratt, but fair as he collides into his own dugout. Everything seems to be okay. We continue on. Free kick. Long ball, Irabona. Not sure if he got a touch to that. He didn't. Substitution for Playford, Braden French to come on. Returns after having come off against Adelaide City back in round 10, has missed the last 2 games against West Adelaide and Adelaide United. And off comes Bailey Truscott. And a solid outing for him. The header goes right back out. Allgate to take the throw. Goes down the line and comes off Minson Park for another throw. Willard. McGregor. From McKeswa, another just sliding on the turf. Nice low ball into fielder Scott McKeswa as he pulled the trigger from distance. That's a nice one over the top. The header is flicked over. Ospai happy to watch it fly over his head. Saki somehow in a battle with Chandler winning their header. He's got the right side of his body. Vincent Park. Konomopoulos does very well. The pass back infield to Mavro Lambardos. He moves forward, and that's a good interception to match. Papasaki gets the touch, tries to touch it on. Oh, foul given anyway. Hinton Park. Dan Ryan was happy to let him win the header and force the throw. McGregor. Mullen over the top. DeLangus gets to it with his hands. Gomakeswa. Comets searching for a third. This half perhaps not as dominant for them as their first, but they still have inroads forward, like here through Irabona. His ball's high. And cleared away. Free kick. And a yellow card to Matt Chandler. Campbelltown have found the opening goal in that fixture up at Steve Woodcock. 1-0 to them on the 70th minute against Para Hills. They now go back to that sole point on the bottom of the table. Free kick for Playford. Chandler wins that header well. McGregor, his ball over the top. Delangus there first. Ryan. Pratt. A bit too much on that pass for Allgate to control. Don't forget, half an hour from now, FKB Grade against Metro Stars kicking off at One Solution Park. We'll be with David Grant there. He wish to join him after the conclusion of this match, and then that rounds out the NPL men's football for the Saturday until the final match tomorrow night between West Adelaide and Adelaide United. Mavrolambardos. McGregor gets it. Penendez sliding in now. Mavrolambardos again on the second time. Nearly capturing and collecting Mavrolambardos there was Penendez with his tackle, but didn't make a clear enough connection. Anyway. Ball comes in. I'll spy. Confident enough. Last just over 20 minutes here at Ramsey Park. Playford now searching for an equaliser. Comets trying to hold it out. As a double change comes for Playford. Off comes Dan Ryan. Also Babasaki coming off. And on comes Jackson Kurtz and Santiago Tabarez. Fairly like for like in those two changes. Tabarez missed last week against Adelaide United. Only has the 3 goal contributions, the Colombian 2 goals and 1 assist for Tabarez so far this season. 2 of those goals, well, the only 2 of those goals coming in that 8-1 against Para Hills. That one's over the top. And a slip falls kindly for Tabarez. Kurtz. In his first few touches, Jackson Kurtz. I think that was going to be a strike on goal, but it could make its way through. Gomekezwa gets the better of Willard, and then Allgate tries to find Irabona through. Tabarez on this left now. up against Min Sun Park. His pass into the midfield. McGregor takes one touch, goes on shot. Oh! Patrick McGregor finds the equaliser in some ridiculous fashion. He certainly has an eye for goal this season, and he's shown that once again. 2-2. Yanni Delangis could only get a hand to it. And now things are back square here at Ramsey Park. Hasn't scored since that hat-trick against Para Hills Knights, Patrick McGregor. But he adds a 6th to his name for his new club of this season. Playford stuck in a bit of a rut at the moment. But this could be a game to unlock them once again. Comets certainly haven't been bad today. Playford in this second half, though. They have been a second half team this season. Avralambardos. Comets getting one of their own possibly, but the offside flag does go up. Ball goes over the top. Mullen. Flag goes up for offside. Under 20 minutes left. For either side to get a winner. 2-0 at half-time, Comets. 2-2 now. Irabona, Spadavecchia for Comets, and then Fernandez and McGregor for Playford. Is there to be another to add their name to this list? Not for the time being, as that one rolls out for the goal kick. No foul there. Miles Gomakes were being held, not in the eyes of the referee, and they play on. Tabares with the close control at the halfway line. McGregor goes nicely out wide. Braden French takes one touch through, puts one in the centre. Mullen couldn't get the touch right. It's a high ball. Goes away. Leon says the referee, and now Aladdin Irabona. He's got options in the box, might find one. Gol McKeswa just goes past him. One touch, and then a second, that's a free kick. from a dead ball now. We saw Dan Ryan threaten this same goal in the first half off the bar. It's Mavrolan Bardos and Irabona over the free kick. He'll take it. It will be Aladdin Irabona. And as you can hear, to the pleasure of the home crowd, that one goes high over the bar. Allgate takes his touch in field. That's a nice pass towards Tabares. He has options. Tries to go past Minson Park, and referee says no foul, but Mullen's able to collect it still. Tabares up against Aladdin Irabona now. He's done well. This one, another from distance. Xavier Pratt trying to get in amongst the action. Tabares just asking the question of Regis Kweflek as to why that wasn't a foul on Minson Park, but I don't think Minson Park really touched him too much. It was well spotted by the referee, if anything. Another high one that Tabares will have to chase down. That's well touched on for Jackson Kurtz. Tries to put a ball in, wins the corner. Tabares making such an impact already since coming on. Has been an important player for them since joining in that promotion year in the State League One. It's at the back post, and it's away for now. That header goes back in. That's bouncing. Has to be cleared only really high. And it will go out for a Playford throw. Just miscommunication there. Rubona tried to flick on that header there, but didn't touch it. There's pressure on him there. He managed to get the pass away. Mullen just makes its way through to Penendis. Okay, just moving up from left back ever so slightly. Santiago Tabares again. Colombian. Goes where Jackson Kurtz was, puts in a ball himself, gets the touchdown on a tighter angle as Isaac Mullen, if he was to try and shoot there, but had no real meaningful angle. Tabares clearly pulled down there by Minson Park, and Tabares having enough of the attention paid to him by Minson Park. Attention which I'm sure Minson Park is more than happy to give to Santiago Tabares. Sun is starting to set here. You can see the shadows on the pitch just starting to make their way out. Ball comes in from Xavier Pratt. Goes back down. And was out wide to reach that pass. And that is a free kick. Foul committed by Isaac Mullen. Both teams in a rush to try and get the ball back in play. Very much still level as we now into the final less than 10 minutes. That goes right to Osby. It's a hard ball. I say hard in the manner of which it was connected with. Chandler does good work. Still has to concede the throw, though. Oh, win the throw, sorry. Even better for them. Mullet. Pratt. Braden French to put in the cross. Jackson Kurtz is there to connect. I think it came off Minsun Park last, and it did. Another corner. We are in that Playford time. Their favourite period to score goals in this last 15 minutes. Ball comes in. It's at the back post. Delangis only gets a palm to it. The connection, nothing too clear, though, from I think it was McGregor. Back with Harvey. Launches long first time. Sabares might get it down. He gets the touch. Claims of a handball on the edge of the box here. Pratt puts it back in. Back post. It's bouncing and it's looping. Out for another corner on the opposite side. All but two outfielders in the box for Playford, being Braden French and Sean Harvey. And, of course, the corner taken, so technically 9, or 8, sorry. This one comes in. The back post, just enough from Delangis to get fingertips and put it further away. Porter really chasing this one down. McGregor, his former teammate, sliding in on him, and then Xavier Pratt winning the free kick. Winning the tackle, but conceding the throw, sorry. Well, Jake Porter is down in a bit of distress. Porter just seeking treatment as we put this game to a halt. Two with about 6 minutes left. That Salisbury and Croatia Raiders game is getting very close for comfort. 4-3 now, the way of Salisbury United. Raiders finding goals back. That is into stoppage time as well. 4-1 up, Salisbury United. That goal coming in the 92nd for Croatia Raiders as a substitute is made for Playford City, and it's Patrick McGregor off. And on is Anthony Piccineri. Still have Cameron Harris to bring on outfield if they do wish to use him as a sub. And the stretcher for Jake Porter being needed, unfortunately. Came to Adelaide Comets this year in a hope of starting more matches and has done so. Only started 4 times in the league for Metro Stars did Jake Porter last year. And started 8, came from off the bench this afternoon. But he might just be making his way off the pitch after having come on at half-time, Jake Porter. Comets will be bringing on Jake Dorsey and Cameron Carlton. And it will be Harry Thomas and Jake Porter? Yes, Jake Porter coming off. Because Conor Kesworth thought he might have been coming off, but it will be Jake Porter. And we will get play back underway now with 4 minutes left of regular time. Rabona. Conor Kesworth was pulled down and wins the free kick. No real way of knowing that if there is to be a winner, which side is going to get it. Avril Lambardos to take this free kick and deliver the set piece. Chipped in, but headed away. So Barres has a slight knock off the ball by Cameron Carlton, but all fair. Delangus will receive and reset for Adelaide Comets. Conor Kesworth against Allgate, wins it. Now Allgate having to do his defensive work. Park, as both Kurtz and Santiago Tabarez was just coming off him. And Campbelltown have found a second against Para Hills to seal them 3 points up that way. Packed 6-yard box for this corner. Delivered on the left. Osby captured in. Referee actually called for a free kick anyway. Mullen puts the ball in first time. It was well struck by Penendez, but just didn't have the direction. Don't forget, right after this, in the men's RAA NPL, FK Beograd versus Metro Stars kicking off in about 5 minutes. That one with David Grant if you do wish to join him in not too long, but we've still got the end of this one to go. Mavrolambardos. Gomekezwa finds it back in the middle, finds the option, finds the strike, and it goes wide. Into added time. The possibility for a winner. Is there to be a winner? Free kick. And a yellow card as well. This one will have to be long. Into the second minute of added time. It is done so. Headed upwards by Xavier Pratt-Luic to flick it up first time. That one wide from Aladni Rabona, but took a deflection for a corner. Rabona to take this corner. Got the first goal in this one. Looking to provide it from here. It's another header upwards by Pratt. Edge of the box, Mavrolambardos looking to hit first time. Gomekezwa on the turn. Off the line by Braden French. A crucial swoop away to prevent perhaps a final goal for Adelaide Comets. How many more chances will they have to try and win this one, Adelaide Comets? That one's over the top. Home crowd urging Playford to get forward and move. Tabares. The anticipation and anxiety you'd think building on this attack. Pictionary puts his ball in, no one's there. Takes a touch, puts back in. Comes back towards Braden French, and he'll reset for now. Harvey looks for it long. Tabares was perhaps the most likely option, but Yanni Delengis captures well. That goal kick falls right back into the Playford defence. Kurtz has it taken off of him, and an counter perhaps? No. Politis had it taken off of him. French. Mullen. Into the 4th minute of added time. Of course, there will be a slight bit of time added because of that injury to Jake Porter. So we will continue maybe for at least 2 minutes. There's a complete guess from my end. Throw in. Pratt, the Kiwi, putting the ball in. Carlton. Comets building an attack once again, perhaps. Damian Luic. Luic. Going forward himself, his touch wayward. And that's a late challenge on Ethan Allgate for a Playford free kick. the quietest I think this home crowd has been all night, but I think that's due to the high stakes at this point in time and not knowing where this match is going to go next. Goal kick for Comets. Is that maybe even it? Will it be 4 matches without a win for Playford? Comets now 4 points adrift of West Adelaide in 10th, with their game tomorrow against Adelaide United still to be played. Every 3 points crucial, every point crucial really for Comets. Playford still trying to put their name amongst the top, but that is where the 90 is called, and it ends 2-2. Each team winning a half. Comets the first, Playford the second, and it's only enough to finish the match in a 2-2 draw. Irabona and Spadavecchia, the 2 goal scorers in the first half for Adelaide Comets. Christos Penendez and Patrick McGregor with a screamer to get things level. And it really was perhaps a tale of 2 halves as we have a look at the stats. 14 shots for Playford to Comets 10, 4 shots to Comets 6 on target. Certainly a well-contested game. Playford continue to sit 4th. They won't be jumped by Adelaide United even with a win tomorrow, so they'll stay in 4th at least until next weekend's round of fixtures, and Adelaide Comets will stay in 11th the same until next weekend. As we have a look at the rest of the round, of course, last night Adelaide City defeating Sturt Lions 4-1. West Torrens Burkalla a 1-0 win over Croydon, and then this afternoon Playford 2-2 against Adelaide Comets, and Campbelltown City and Para Hills Knights was 1-0 to Campbelltown at 90 minutes, but has ended now 3-0. FKB Greater Metro Stars now underway at One Solution Park, and West Adelaide and Adelaide United tomorrow night at 6 p.m. to round out round 13. It's been a pleasure to have your company this afternoon. 2 sides trying to find their way back in this season, but put to a halt with the scoreline. I've been Sub O'Neill. It's been great to have your company this afternoon at Ramsey Park. Full-time score in round 13 of the men's RA NPL South Australia. It's Playford City 2, Adelaide Comets 2.